All right. Welcome to another episode of the Great Heavy Music Podcast. With me, as always, is this beautiful bastard, Phil Collins. Phil, how we doing, buddy?
Really good, man. Real good.
I think I know why really good, because you just saw My Chemical Romance last night.
Yeah, dude. Those guys are awesome. I don't listen to them a whole lot outside of the two concerts I've seen them, in which I've seen them. But man, they're pretty good. They put on a great show.
Give me a top song I should play from them. What should we have undergirding our talk here?
Welcome to the Black Parade, which they did play.
Right now it's Helena. Welcome to the Black Parade. Everybody knows that one, I think.
Helena's probably their most popular one, I think, and it might be their best song.
Really? Okay. Well, then I'll play it
yeah.
again after this one. So where were you? What'd you do? Who'd you see it with? How'd it go? Tell me.
So me and the old lady, Cody, we drove up to Philadelphia from our house.
Philadelphia. Did he get stabbed?
No, actually, we were like in the center, I guess, center city it's called or whatever, and it was a little gritty, but it was not unsafe feeling at all, which is cool. We walked around a little bit, but we saw it at the Citizens Bank Park, home of the Philadelphia Phillies, and so the stadium, my first stadium show ever. I've never been to a stadium to see a concert. And it's the first time.
Yes, you have, awesome. You fucking moron. I was with you when we went to see.
Who was seeing a stadium?
We saw Metallica with Volbeat.
Oh my god!
And Avenged Sevenfold that we just talked about on a prior episode that we're recording at the same time.
Okay, all right, you're right. Totally forgot. That was my second one. I forgot that was in. I even said it, and I forgot that was in a stadium just now. Oh god! Can you believe that I work in a healthcare field?
Your listener, dear listener, your life is in Phil's hands. Do you feel comforted?
He doesn't even know where he's at right now. But
and
anyway,
he's not high. When he's at work, he's real high.
It was the second one, which I got to tell you, it was a really nice venue. It was a beautiful stadium. And
is that where the Phillies play, you said?
Yes.
Okay, was it sold out for?
It looked like it was.
Friday
they had
night?
sections that were blocked off, so you could tell that like there were empty seats, but I don't think people were allowed to sit there because there was not a single person in those sections.
Got it. Okay,
so,
but good
so
crowd.
I'm gonna say it sold out.
Nice.
Oh yeah, big crowd. It looked really cool. There were a couple moments where people held their phones up. You could have your phone at this one, and held your phones up like people do with lighters, and it really illuminated everything. And they gave you like a purple card for one of the songs, and like a filter, and you kind of like fit it over your phone light, and like these cool purple lights. It was really pretty and neat.
And when you're in the baseball seating, are they playing in the outfield facing like home plate, or are they playing at home plate facing the outfield? What's the logistics?
It was going off the foul pole. I was trying to figure that out last night exactly because I didn't like that. You wouldn't necessarily know, but going off the foul poles, it looked like they were in the outfield. And we were off where like third base would be.
Okay, so they're basically facing towards the home plate and the infield from the outfield. Yeah. And then I suppose the screen's basically above them that would usually be in the outfield, and it's showing what they're...
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Got it.
Yep. And it was awesome, man. It was a zillion people there too. So it sucks that the only thing that sucks is they play with Alice Cooper, but we missed it because traffic was horrible getting up there.
I love Alice Cooper too. That's a drag.
I know, it would have been neat. Traffic was just terrible getting up there. And then when we got to our hotel, we wanted to check in the hotel real quick, get ready, and then go over. But the line to check in was like 40 minutes. I don't know what the fuck was going on up there.
Well, you're a moron. You should have left your shit in your car and just gone to the venue.
Well, what can you get?
You failed. But did you miss any of My Chemical Romance, or did you see them open?
No.
Okay, good.
Saw the whole thing.
At least you made that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the cool thing is they played like 2 for real sets. They literally played. They played for like 2.5 hours.
Awesome.
Yep. It's 25 songs, but the intermission as well, and it was awesome, dude. It was, especially if you're really into them, you're like a fanatic. I was just there for the ride for a lot of it, but if you're a fanatic, it was probably the best show you're ever gonna see with them, at least.
Seriously.
Like.
And what's the deal with the weather? Pretty steamy.
It was muggy. It was.
That's tough.
It was tough. I was sweating my ass off.
You
My
got to give
ace
those guys
off.
credit being up there sweating probably just freaking bullets for 2 hours.
I know, and they also were probably hot because they were all wearing these like jackets. This whole again, we were talking about last time we were talking about theatrics. This is all very theatrical because they do this thing of like, I guess they're it's like a pseudo Russian communist fascist thing they're doing, um, and they come out and like they have this dictator who's like telling them to play, and they come out and play, and they're wearing like uniforms and all of that, and a lot of their merch had that kind of stuff like pseudo Russian written on it. It was kind of neat, and they played the first set was all the Black Parade, and so that was the whole to do about that.
The
And it
whole
was so
they
neat.
played the whole album, top to bottom. You're saying?
Y- Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
they definitely played the whole album, and that's a good album. I love that album.
That's very cool.
There was a great part. I wish I could remember exactly which song. It might have been like "Famous Last Words" with extended outro, maybe. Um, they had this pyro deal while this guy was doing a solo, and it was one of the coolest looking things I've ever seen in a concert. It was just fire shooting up all around him, and then some guy ran across the stage with a flame retarded suit, and it was just wild, man. It was just cool as shit looking. And then there was a big intermission, kind of big. I don't know, it was like 15 minutes, felt like. Some lady playing this beautiful violin,
Oh, that's cool.
and then it was really great, man. And then they came out and they just played all these old bangers, just stuff, and a couple new ones, but some of their older stuff and their big ones like that song Helena. I'm Not Okay. That's a big one. People love that song. I like that too. It's pretty cool. There's a part where he just goes, "I'm not a fucking K." I always joke around with Cody about that. Kids from Yesterday, The Foundations of the K, which is a newer one, but it's good. And it was just kind of him like, sort of like, okay, we did our whole thing, but here's another one. Here's another set of just classic stuff that the fans we know will love, And guy's a great stage presence still. And he was like, he was sweating his ass off too. It was funny because I felt for him. But it was just cool. It was just a fun, like sort of greatest hits kind of deal after, for the second set. And I guess every concert kind of is, but this was like, I'm gonna dig deep for some old shit that like only true fans would know. That was the kind of vibe I got.
I don't think you can beat a concert where you see them play a full album, top to bottom, that you love, and then also the hits from something else. That's the best of both worlds. That's amazing.
I thought so too, man. I was like, these guys really are giving everybody what they want, And it was, it was just awesome. And I feel like what a great accomplishment to be able to sell out a stadium. That's pretty like,
Fuck yeah.
It's an impressive feat, I would say, honestly. And again, I think I said this last time, but because we did a review on their other concert that I went to a couple years ago. But it was a great age range. There are people my age, people who are older, people in their teens. Like just they're. When I think of them, I still think like, oh, that's like that emo band. But at this point, they're sort of elevated beyond that. This band's been around for a couple decades, and so they're sort of like foundational in that sort of scene. Yeah, they're kind of a big deal.
This is a big one. The thing that I always think about when I go in to see shows is I'll walk in and I'll go, I could be doing anything else on earth, but here I'm at a show, and sometimes I'll think, is this really what I should be doing, or could I be doing something else? And then inevitably, not even a half an hour in, you're like, this is amazing. I just feel so good. There's got to be something that psychologically that I'm sure has been studied or written about, but there's an energy, a true energy, to being in a place where all these people, everyone is just watching. They're not really doing anything but observing and consuming this, but it's so worthwhile. The energy that comes from seeing and hearing live music, I don't know, it's amazing. To me, I like it better than sports. You know what I mean? Like, I think the energy is just much higher. And then when you leave, you ride that high. You just genuinely feel great about the music and the band and the time and the experience for many hours, sometimes even days later. And I know I'm sure you've shared that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, man. I actually was thinking that too on the way up. I was like, I'm really excited to do this because I know I've always liked live music, but I really think the cruise helped me love it more. I guess I don't know exactly why. Um, and I obviously have been to plenty of concerts, but yeah, I before that, but yeah, I really was like looking forward to it. And yeah, it's hard to not be engrossed. Yeah, it's a intense, visual, but also obviously auditory experience. And so you're really immersed in it. I guess that's a big part of it. There's a bunch of like-minded people there. So it's sort of you're sort of connected with people all around you. That's kind of a neat thing. And I even though this is not a band I listen to much outside of going to concerts, but so I don't know a ton of their stuff. But I was like happy for the people there. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, they were loving it, man. I was like, man,
Yes.
that's so good for them. Good for them.
Yes.
This is great.
That it's brightening their lives. What a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I liked it too, but they probably appreciate it more than I did because they listen to it all the time. And I was like, that's so cool. That's just good for them, you know?
And to be the old guy kind of just pontificating, it seems to me that ballet and dinner theater and murder mystery and perhaps even musicals and some other forms of art really are not doing terrifically well. You know what I mean? In modern era, they're really kind of disappearing, which I'm not crying about. But sports, professional football in particular, and then NBA and some others are just completely crushing it. You still got youngsters going and doing those sorts of things. And music too. When you note, that teenagers were there alongside parents and grandparents, even maybe. That's great. It's a great sign that music is really not at risk of drying up. Like it seems, no matter how robotic or AI, it's not going anywhere. People just still love live music, and again, because I think there's some sort of energy transfer that just happens, or it's maybe not even an energy transfer; it's an energy multiplication or exponentially. It all builds that show. And you know what we should do? We really need to ask when we do a next interview if that energy is reciprocated, the people who are on stage. You wonder if they carry that high with them.
I would venture to say they definitely do, but it'd be cool to hear their experience, what exactly they feel.
Yeah, I know. That's something I've just kind of stumbled upon.
How could you not get a high from having a bunch of people? You're doing this thing, you're putting it all out there, and everyone's feeling it and loving it. That's got to be, how can that not be a high? It's got to be a great feeling.
Particularly when you've written a song that is meaningful to you or has some sort of, that's really cool.
You're probably writing, you're like, oh, I don't know if this is that great. You play it and everyone's loving it. You're like, ta-da. People love my music.
Ta-da.
But big highlights too, I just want to say for the second set, obviously they played the Black Parade, so they played all that stuff. So the Welcome to Black Parade song, Teenagers, the song The End was great. I love the line, did you hear that you're dead? That's really cool. But for the second set, they played some really good ones I wanted to mention. That song Helena, I'm Not Okay, Give 'Em Hell Kid was a cool song. And so that's really great. Helena's probably their number one song.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad I got to hear that again live. I heard it once before and at the other concert in Philly. But I'm really glad I got to hear it again. I knew they were going to play it.
Very cool. I gotta admit, I don't know much about this band. I know the radio hits. I've never owned any of their albums, but I've never disliked anything I've heard. I've never been repulsed or turned off by anything, so there's no particular reason for that. Just haven't, and maybe I will.
Yeah, well, definitely give them a shot. It's pretty good.
All right, well, hey, it's the season of summer concerts, and I got a couple more I want to talk to you about. So we're going to wrap this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.
Sweet, man.